Okay, so some quick background information before we get started with this reaction. Dax followed me on Instagram. I'm not kidding. I'm going to show proof of it. I was really shocked because I've never reacted to him on YouTube before, and I wouldn't have considered myself a fan necessarily. I had seen some of his content and was very impressed with it, particularly his remix to What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow. Bro, that was insane. I'm pretty sure that was my first introduction to Dax, actually. And I followed him sparingly after that, but I wasn't like a crazy avid fan, you know what I mean? He even liked some of my posts and stuff. I thought it was fake at first. I thought it was like some fan page, and then I looked into it. I'm like, no, this is legit. Like, this is Dax, bro. For him to show support to a small artist like myself just because he saw a few of my posts that seemed decent to him, like I gotta honor that. I gotta show some respect, you feel me? So, this might be the first of many reactions to Dax. You never know. Let's go.
I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can explain what it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Yeah, I know this life can really beat you down. You wanna scream, but you won't make a sound. Got so much weight that you've been holding, but won't show any emotion. As a man that goes unspoken, that we can't cry when life gets hard. Unconditional loves for women, children, and dogs. We know that we just have to play our parts, and don't nobody give a damn about our broken hearts, yeah.
Okay, we gotta talk about what he said thus far, because I know some of y'all might disagree. He's spitting facts, bro. He's spitting facts. Now, if you've been following me for the past month and a half, you'll notice some of the content I've been reacting to. Yes, it's poetry or rap, but it's particularly stuff tailored to, not all of it, but some of it's tailored to the struggles that men face that often gets unnoticed or disregarded by society, right? So there was The Makings of a Dog by Brandon Alexander Williams. Definitely check out my reaction to that. He was just going into detail about the kind of negative stuff that just gets said towards men, with zero repercussions. It's kind of crazy. While at the same time, it negatively affects boys growing up hearing that and turns them into the monsters that women will say that those boys are. You know what I mean? But then there was also T Sleeveless with his poem, Teach a Boy to Cry. I remember reacting to that and being like, yo, one of the main points that was made in that poem was actually made right here, where he said, your value is pretty much determined by your ability to provide, right? So when it comes to unconditional love, that's not something that is really granted to a man, because the value he can contribute, rather, determines how people respect him or whether they respect them at all. You feel me? Which is kind of crazy. It's really nuts. And a lot of times when we as guys express these problems, we're told to shut up because we're privileged, or you don't have it as bad as I do. And it's nobody's comparing, saying we have it worse than women or women have it worse than men. All we're saying is that while y'all's problems get acknowledged, ours do not. You know what I mean? And oftentimes we'll get victim blamed for things like not crying, right? A lot of us, maybe we struggle being vulnerable or struggle sharing. But do you ever wonder why? Why is it that we're always told stop being so unable to be vulnerable? Why are we like that? It's because every time we express ourselves, we're told to shut up or we're laughed at. At the end of the video, I'm actually going to show a clip showing how men get treated, even by other men, mind you, sometimes, when we express ourselves and the struggles we face.
As a man, we gotta pave our way. Our only function is to work and slave. There's no respect for you if you ain't paid. You're disregarded as a human and you can't complain. And if you ever make it up and actually reach that place and find a woman that you love and give her your last name, you'll feel the things that you provide is only why she stays. And when you try to explain, you'll say, I can't hide myself. I don't expect you to understand. I just hope I can it's like to be a man. It's a lonely road, and they don't care about what you know. It's not about how you feel, but what you provide inside that home. Don't give up, keep fighting.
Remember how he said that as a man, even if you make it to a place where, you think you found a honey who really loves you, a part of you is kind of wondering, like, is she only staying because of the resources I provide and stuff? Like, it kind of causes some anxiety sometimes where you're wondering, like, what if things get hard? Is she going to leave? I'm going to bring up a stat that might annoy some people, but it's just it's the facts, okay? The biggest reason given for divorce is financial problems, okay? 80% of divorces are filed by women. Are you seeing where I'm going with this? Fear a lot of men have of a woman only being there for the resources and her leaving if things go wrong, like that fear, it's backed up by the statistics. What I'm trying to get at is it's not a baseless fear. Men being concerned that their financial stability is directly correlated with a woman's love and affection it's there, okay? I just gave you the stats, right? The biggest reason cited for why marriages fail are financial problems, but 80% of divorces are filed by women, okay? This is not a video of me trying to, bash women or trying to dunk on women or anything. And that's not even the point of why Dax is doing this. He's just trying to share a lot of thoughts and sentiments that a lot of guys feel like they can't share. You know what I'm saying? I'm just backing it up with, external facts. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm really not trying to dunk on nobody or anything like that. It's not about that. Just for those of you who've maybe been in a divorce and you see how like the court systems work and stuff, feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section on how the disparity is between men and women when it comes to divorce. I'd be happy to hear.
Don't give up, keep fighting. As a man, our sun is our horizon, and our father's actions play a role, and we end up like them. So they can't let us see them hurt, cause we'll embody what they do and start a generational curse. No wonder most men are so depressed, all the things that they can't express. They go to war, get thrown on the shelf, then go back to war with their mental health. Then grab that bottle and ask for help, try to pull themselves out of hell, then fall back down and then realize that they're gonna have to do it themselves. It's the circle of life. As a man you provide, they don't know what you're worth till the day that you die, and that's when they start crying. Then move on to a man to confide in. That's why we feel we can't hide ourselves.
Look. All right, for the women listening, I really hope you're not getting triggered or anything. Like I said, Dax is not really spitting anything derogatory or like any bigotry or anything like that. He's just sharing the male's experience. That's it. That's all he's doing. Now, notice how he highlighted veterans and, them having to go to war and stuff. Like when it comes to, mandatory drafts and stuff throughout human history, it's been men. So like men literally having to go to war to protect, right? Like that's your life on the line for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Or just think of all the countless jobs that are dominated by men that like literally men have to do. You know what I'm saying? Just because of how we are biologically. Construction jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I don't even want to get started with construction jobs, but like beyond that, there's so many jobs dominated by men that are a necessity. Literally for society to stand, men have to do it, right? Like police. You know what I'm saying? Like law enforcement, firefighters, right? These are dominated by men. But when y'all say that you don't need men or the world would be better without us or we're trash or we're pigs, it really hurts us real deep. You know what I'm saying? Because of the ways in which we do our best to keep society standing. Like, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, and I cannot stress this enough. I'm not saying men are better than women or men have it harder than women, because people will often twist my words when I'll say things like this. And it's like, no. But we contribute and we should be appreciated for our contributions. And saying things like, you don't need men, it's painful and it's also not true. I mean, it's more not true than it is painful. Farmers, you feel me? Like, no, engineers, okay? Like, I mean, most of the things you use nowadays, this very phone was invented by a man. I can't make this stuff up, bro. I can't just... You got to stop with that narrative. It just comes across as bitter and just completely inconsiderate. Is that what you want your little brother to hear? Is that what you want your sons to hear? That you don't need men? It doesn't do us any good, and I'm saying that off of experience. So
We don't expect you to understand. We just hope we can explain what it's like to be your man. It's a lonely road, and you don't care about what we know. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that home. It's not about how we feel, but what we provide inside that home. Inside that home.
man, Dax, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, all praise to the Most High. You feel me? Look, I'm going to say it one more time. I know how a lot of y'all can be on social media and stuff. He is not trying to dunk on women. I'm telling you, he's not. You know what I'm saying? And neither am I with the commentary. Nor is he trying to say that men have it worse or anything like that. He's just sharing what a lot of men feel like they can't. Respect to you, man. Respect to you. Now, y'all, listen. If you want me to react to something else from Dax, please let me know. I would love to hear what y'all would be interested in seeing, because, I mean, I don't want this to be the last I react to him. I got to see more of what this man's got. So point me in the right direction, okay? Man, let me know if this resonated with you. It definitely did with me. I'm telling you, like, there's nothing like hearing this put into song form, you know? It's nice. It's heartwarming. I feel like there's even healing in this. So, yeah, let me know your thoughts. And, of course, as usual, subscribe, like, comment. Also, watch my poems, right? Like, I'm not just someone who reacts to poetry. I can spit a few bars. I'm pretty sweet. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm pretty sweet. Just check it all out. You'll see what I mean. Yeah. All right, with that, I'm out. Deuces.